What is a jump manual? Very simple. It says on the title, you jump and then you manual. So you jump, you land on a manual. Why would you need to do that? Is a lot of time you're going to be jumping a double and the double may be too short. You know, if the double isn't a normal length, you're just going to pedal fast, you're just going to jump it. That's going to be very smooth for you to do. But sometimes, depending on the track, the jump happens to be very short where you constantly over clear it. So there's a lot of other techniques that you can do if that situation happens, but jumping manual is one of them, especially if there's other roller behind it for you to just land on the proper manual and then finish with the pump at the end. So let's say you have a jump like this, like a flat surface, like a step up, but then there's a double underneath the other side. Well, obviously, I kind of drew a little sharp here, but didn't mean to do that. So right there, you'd be jumping. If the distance from the top of the roller here all the way to here, it's fairly short, well, that would actually be a good occasion for you to actually use the jump manual. You'd come right here, you'd be jumping, you will over clear it, and then you will just land it on the back wheel and just finish with a natural pump. There's a lot of track out there that has this kind of formation of a jump as a design, and that is good practice to do it. So that's why you're going to need the jump manual, and it's very important that you know also how to master it and you practice it. So what I recommend to you of how to do it, well, first, step number one, I would recommend you to actually know how to jump very well. So on my scorecard, there is a different technique to do. One is jumping, so you want to make sure that you master your jump, all right, first. And then there's other part where you need to learn manual. Then you know how to jump and then you know how to manual. The next step is just combine the two together. So once you know how to do both together, then let's talk about how to do it. Well, it's very simple. You are going to jump and purposely over clear the double by an entire bike length, all right? So soon as you have purposely in a control way over clear the double, you just properly land on your one wheel and then you just push with your feet all the way until you want your front wheel to land. So that's how you do it. How to practice it? Well, on the scorecard it only says on a 6-foot jump, just jump and land manual. So I purposely put the jump fairly short there. 6 foot is very 6 feet is very short. So you're probably going to be able to just do it and just land on your back wheel. But how you want to practice it, you just can expand and expand on that a whole lot more. So this is what you can do. On your local track, take bigger double and then jump a bigger jump and land on a bigger double, even if it's not an appropriate technique to do on that particular jump. For the sake of the exercise and to just get better at riding a bike, I would encourage you to practice on those big double. Even though you would never ever do that on a race, it's still gonna teach you a better overall skills on your bike. There are people out there, I remember when we were racing, I mean, you can even challenge to do that on an entire pro section where you just jump a 30-feet jump and then you just literally target the landing and you land smoothly on a manual. So you can challenge yourself a whole lot. Another way to do it is that who says that you have to land manual and then drop it at the next jump? You just can continue. So let's say there's a rhythm section here that just keep going with a bunch of all sorts of combination of roller. Well, obviously, first step, you can jump and then you can land on a manual on the first roller. What my challenge to you is jump it, land on manual, and then just keep going on your natural manual and go through the entire rhythm section. Start with being able to jump, manual 1 roller and 2. Then challenge yourself with 3. Jump, manual 1 roller, 2, 3, and then so on. It comes a point where you're just going to jump, land, and then naturally manual the entire rhythm section. So like I said, the jump and the manual are very closely related together. So you just combine the two together. So therefore it can be expanded, an infinite possibility of things that you can do with that. Here's another one. Jump the double. Why don't you just triple? I mean, that could be a fun game that you can do with your pro fellas. Like, all right, let's do a triple jump, triple land manual. All right, so That's how you do it. All right, so just really practice that. And as you actually continue to practice these things, what's going to end up happening is that your overall skill as a BMX rider is just going to go higher and higher and higher and higher. And even though you will never necessarily need to jump a triple, land manual, or jump manual, obviously you will not ever do these things in a race because they're not efficient technique, but they're still going to give you so much skill to a point where when you're going to show up on a race and there will be a jump that's going to call for that technique, you're going to be so skilled on your bike that you will be able to just do it without even thinking about it. You will look at the track, you will take the gate, you will jump, over clear it, land it on your manual, and you won't even think twice about it. And that's what you're going to do the whole weekend, and you're going to do really well for that race, hopefully. But that's the idea of it, is that you always want to make sure that the challenges that you give yourself on the track are much, much, much higher than what you're actually going to need on a BMX track on the day of your race. So that way, all you have to focus on your race day is your acceleration, your gait, your lines, and the technique is complete second nature to you. The jump manual and challenging yourself on the track to expand on that will get you there. All right, so that's it for the jump manual. Good luck on this one. Jump manual, score yourself the point on the scorecard. Let's go, move on to the next movement.